again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I'm rather delighted to present to you the Tesselated Waffle Filet Square Blanket. Yes, it is a mouthful, but it's all encompassing. So, yes, previously I had done a couple of various blankets using filet and a tessellated format. Well, this time we start from the center and work our way out. Absolutely love how this came out. And this video is sponsored by Lion Brand. Thank you so very much for your continued support. And yes, we are going to be using their yarn today. This is, admittedly, this is one of my go-tos, Pound of Love. Now, this colorway, if I'm not mistaken, this was the Quartz. And today we are going to be using the colorway of Oxford Gray. Now, the reason why I really do like using this particular yarn is because, well, it's soft and you have a lot of really good yardage. Yes, that is very important to me. And so each skein is about 1,020 yards. And for this particular piece, which ended up measuring about 50 inches square, I used 2 of these skeins, roughly speaking. So if you want to make it bigger than that, you're going to need more skeins, naturally. And also for this piece, I used a size I 5.5 millimeter hook. There we go. And really like how this turned out. Now, that being said, I also, believe it or not, yes, I wrote up a pattern as well. And the pattern will be available on my Etsy site. There will be a link in the description box down below. So yeah, and this is going to be a crochet along type series because it is a fairly long repeat for the pattern. And I'm going to walk you through it, not to worry. My game plan is for the initial bunch of rounds, I'm going to do the entire round on camera. Then, once we get to a certain point and the rounds are getting bigger and bigger, this is what I'm thinking of doing, is to do the first 2 sides of the square on camera, and then the remaining 2 sides will be off camera, but I'm going to show you the ending of the round on camera. So I'm not going to leave you in the dark. I'm going to try to be thorough, but not redundant. That's sort of a balancing act that I, perpetually try to maintain. So without further ado, and enough of my yammering, let's get started. Round 1. Okay. Also, you can, of course, use, before we start, you can, of course, use a different weight of yarn, but just be sure to use a crochet hook that corresponds to that weight of yarn. All right, so starting right off, I'm going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then slip stitch to that first chain to create a ring. There we are. And then chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then into that center ring, 3 double crochets. There we are. Chain 2. 3 more double crochets into that ring. So we've got 2 groupings, chain 2, 3 more double crochets, chain 2. Now to finish this up, the reason why we started with a chaining of 4 is because this is going to count as the last double crochet of our last cluster. So after doing our 3 doubles and a chaining of 2, 2 double crochets into the ring, and then slip stitch to the top of the 3rd chain from the bottom. Like so. There you go. Now, you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute. We chained up 4, which means that there's only 1 chain right here, where there are 2 here. I've thought about this, and actually this does work out better, I have found, where in this beginning and ending of each round, if there's only 1 chain, don't ask me why, but I have found that that works a lot better. If you have 2 chains, so if we started off by chaining up 5, and then you do have 2 chains, for whatever reason, this space right here in the corner, it's bigger, and it is rather obvious to the eye, especially when you look at it from a distance. So this just personally worked for me. Okay. And yeah, so then to finish up round 1, going to slip stitch into this chain 1 space in the corner. And there you go. So it is essentially the beginning of a granny square round, but it's going to be developing into more of a solid granny as we move on. So that's round 1. Round 2. Okay, so also, by the way, the beginning of every round, it is going to be a chain 4 for the most part. So start off by chaining up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then into the corner chain space, 2 double crochets. And then double crochet into these next 3 doubles. And then into the corner space, going to do 2 doubles. And chain 2. So basically, we went from 3 stitches to a total of 7 stitches, because we're just adding 2 on each side. So from here into the corner space, 2 doubles. And then a double into each of the next 3. And then in the corner space, 2 doubles. Chain 2, same thing. 2 doubles in the corner space. a double in each of the next 3 stitches. Also, as per usual, I will have timestamps in the description box down below. Okay, so we did our 3, then into the corner, 2 doubles. Chain 2, 2 more doubles in the corner. Okay, and we are almost there, so we just need to do 3 doubles, 1 in each, and then to finish up the round, going to do a double, just 1 in this corner space, and then join with a slip stitch so that our count is consistent. So 1 in each of the next 3. There we are, and then double crochet into the chain space. And then last but not least, slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the bottom, or you could do the 2nd from the top. So instead of this one, it's this one right here, or 1, 2, 3. Either way, as long as you're leaving 1 chain stitch in between your join and the next double. And then to finish up round 2, slip stitch into the corner. So as you can see, just like how we started here, there's 2, 4, 6, and 7, and then finishing up, we've got 2, 4, 6, and 7. So the count is the same on all 4 sides. All right, so that's round 2. Round 3. Round 3 is going to be very similar to round 2. We're just increasing further. So start by chaining up 4. And then into the corner space, 2 doubles. And then in each of these 7 stitches, just a double crochet into each. It's really straightforward so far because we haven't gotten into the actual filet patterning, but that will happen soon enough, believe you me. So right now it's pretty easy. And then when you have reached the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles into that corner space. Chain 2, 2 more doubles. And then a double into each of the next 7 stitches across. And then when you reach the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles in that corner. and then 7 doubles across. Almost. There we go. And then, again, in the corner space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. Okay, and we have reached the last side, so going to do double crochets into the next 7 stitches and then 1 into the corner space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then double crochet into the corner and finish up your round by doing a slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet, that 3rd chain from the bottom. And then to finish up round 3, slip stitch in the corner. Now, especially when you're finishing up your rounds, I would suggest, at least initially, counting your stitches, because it's very easy to omit going into that last stitch, and then you end up with 1 too few stitches, and that will mess you up later. So counting is a good thing. I do recommend it. And, well, so that is the end of round 3. Round 4. Okay, now round 4 is where we're going to start doing some filet work. So it's going to start off a little bit differently than normal. We are going to begin by chaining up 4 as per usual, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, instead of doing 2 double crochets in the corner, just 1 double crochet in the corner. Chain 1, double crochet into this first stitch, chain 1, then skip a stitch, going into the next with a double, and we're going to do that all the way across until we reach the end of this side. So chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double into this last double crochet. Okay. Chain 1, double crochet into the corner, chain 2, double crochet into the corner, chain 1, double crochet into that first stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double in the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double into the last. Okay, chain 1, double crochet into the chain space, that corner space, chain 2, double into the corner, chain 1, double in the first, chain 1, skip 1, double in the next, chain 1, skip 1, double in the next, chain 1, skip 1, double in the next, etc. Chain 1, skip 1, double in the next, chain 1, skip 1, double in the last, chain 1, double in the corner, chain 2, double in the corner, pull out some more yarn, and we are on the last edge. So I did my double, chain 2, double in the corner, then chain 1, double in the first, chain 1, skip 1, double in the next, 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 chain 1. See, this is where it could be potentially tricky. This is why I'm doing this on camera right now. So I just did my double, my chain 1, skip 1, double into this last one. It can blend in, so be careful. There we go, that last one there. Then, to finish up round 4, chain 1 and slip stitch to the first double. There. And then slip stitch into the corner space. Ta-da! All right, so each of these sides should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets if you include the one that goes in the corner and the one that goes in the corner. So it should be 8 doubles separated by chain 1 spaces. Now, if I did this correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, okay, we're good. Sometimes I like to make sure. So that is the end of round 4. Okay, round 5 is going to be pretty easy by comparison. It's going to be very similar to rounds 2 and 3, where we're going to be increasing still, but nothing schmancy. So start off by chaining up 4, 2, 3, 4. Then into the corner space, 2 doubles. And going to work our way across by doing a double crochet into the next 15 stitches. Now, whether it is a double crochet or a chain space, the chain spaces count as stitches. So, that being said, we did our chaining of 4, our 2 doubles, so let's hop right in. So that is 1, that first double, 2 goes in the space, 3 goes in the double, 4 goes in the space, 5 goes in the double, 6 will go in the space, and so forth all the way across. So whether you're going into a stitch or a chain space, it counts. So if my calculations are correct, we should have a total of 19 stitches per side when we include our increased stitches. So it's really, really that simple. And then double in this last double here. And then into the corner space, 2 doubles. And so, yeah, this should be, if I'm not mistaken, this should be a total of 19. So let's see, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. Perfect. Just as I want. Okay, so from here, as per usual, going to chain 2. And then into the corner space, another 2 doubles. And then double crochet all the way across until the corner where you do 2 doubles. And also, I will say this again, and I will probably say it further on as well. It doesn't hurt to double count, especially when doing blankets in the square format. Doing a double count at the end of every side, sometimes it's not a bad thing, because if you make a mistake by accident, it does happen, it will prevent you from having to undo almost 2 rounds of work later on if you just double count initially. Just putting it out there. I've done it myself, otherwise I wouldn't say anything. Okay, so we have reached the corner, so I did my last double in the double, so into the corner space, it's going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles in that corner space. And then I would continue on by doing doubles in the doubles and the spaces all the way across here, and then all the way across here. I'm going to do most of this off camera. I will meet back up with you around here, okay? And I will see you in a bit so that we can finish up round 5. Okay, so I'm almost done with round 5. I already have done 14 stitches in total on my last side. So 14, 15, 16, 17 goes into this stitch right here. Can be a little bit tricky to get in there, but it is worth it. So this is 17. Then 18 goes into this corner space because we need 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, right? So right into that corner space with a double. Then finish up by doing a slip stitch to the top of that first double that we did. And that way we have 19 per side. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. Perfect. Absolutely love it. So now our fillet is more or less framed up and ready to rock. Okay, so that is the end of round 5. Okay, round 6. Round 6 is going to be very similar to round 5. We're just going to keep doing our increases at the corners and double crocheting our way across. At the end of round 5, yeah, I did slip stitch, but not into the corner. So we're going to do that now. So slip stitch into that corner space there, chain up 4. Two double crochets into the corner space. And then work our way across doing a double crochet into each of the next 19 stitches, and then we'll deal with our corners. So this round, yep, very, very straightforward. We don't have to worry about any fillet eyelets or anything like that. It's going to be very, very simple. Now, granted, we are still early days with our pattern, and there's a lot more fillet action to go. And the rounds will get a little bit more complicated, but yes, I will walk you through it, not to worry. Now, eventually, you will start to see the pattern evolving. And eventually, if you keep working at this pattern long enough, you'll see the pattern and you won't even need my instruction or the written pattern for that matter. But initially, yes, it helps. At least I would say for the first repeat. After that, you can, look at your work and you can see where you're at and go from there. But for right now, yeah, it's early days. So that was the last of my stitches. So in the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. That's the same on every corner and for every side. So at this point, we should have let's see, 19, 20, 21, 20, I believe it's to be 22 if I'm not mistaken. 19 plus 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. My bad. Okay. Yeah, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yes, okay. Math is not my strong suit. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm good with multiples, but yeah, basic math, sometimes it just eludes me. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on the next side. Real simple. So just a double crochet into each double crochet stitch, and then the corners, increase them as normal. I mean, normal is subjective, but you understand what I mean. I'm sure you do. And we are almost to the end of this side. Then, yeah, I'm going to do the remaining 2 sides off camera, and I will meet back up with you for the finishing of round 6. I like to touch base with you. Okay, almost there. Almost there. Okay, and one more. And then in the corner, 2 doubles. Chain 2 and 2 doubles. All right, so I'm going to keep on keeping on off camera, and I will meet back up with you around here or so. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm almost done with round 6. I already did 15 double crochets. I need that total of 23, right? So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, then 21 is right down in here. That's 21. 22 is going to be into that corner space. That's 22. And then we are linking up with a slip stitch to the 23rd. Like so. So we slip stitch to the top of that first double and shaboom. That is the end of round 6. Yep. All right, onwards. Okay, so round 7. Round 7 is essentially going to be a repeat of what we've been doing. Again, I just need to get into my corner space with a slip stitch right there. So for round 7, start by chaining up 4 and 2 double crochets into your corner space. Okay, and then going to scoot our way across, doing a double crochet into each of the next 23 stitches, and then doing our corners as normal. And that's really all there is to it. for round 7. So I'm already breaking my own rules. I think I'm just going to do this one side and then show you the finishing of this round. I mean, we've already done it. I have every bit of faith and confidence in you. And as I've said before, it's a very delicate balance between being thorough and being redundant. And so many of you have said, no, really, thank you for being thorough. I appreciate it. And, well, you are very, very welcome. I just never, ever, ever want to bore you guys. But I do want to be thorough and clear so that you don't have any problems. Because believe you me, I had plenty of issues figuring out how to create this pattern. Believe you me. And after working it up, I had testers who helped me polish it up, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. You're awesome sauce. And it took a lot of work. So that's why I like to be thorough and concise. Okay, so we're almost to the end of this side. So I just have a couple more stitches, and then I need to do my corners as normal. So then my last stitch right here, and then into the corner, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. There we are. And then work your way across this side, corners as normal, work your way across this side, etc., etc. And you should be ending up with how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 double crochets per side. All right, so I'm going to meet back up with you around here, and we shall finish up round 7. So I'm almost done with round 7. I've already done 20 double crochets. We need that total of 27. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That last double is always the one that likes to hide a little bit. That's 25. And then 26 is going to go into the corner space. And then 27, well, we're just going to slip stitch into 27. Ta-da! And then, of course, to finish up the round, slip stitch into that corner space. And that is the end of round 7. Okay, my dears, so that is going to conclude part 1 of this crochet along. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you, Lion Brand, for sponsoring this series. And I hope you guys are really enjoying this so far. And if you are, please give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation. And stay tuned for more, because we are just getting started. Next, we're going to be going into the filet more, and we're going to get there, don't you worry, but I'm trying to pace this out evenly. So, you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and please, stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.